Hi everybody, here's Krystian from Teamworkcast, and I say words.
And my name is Putty, and I say colors.
Wow, can you dream in colors? That's what Devious asked himself when he watched Teamworkcast. This is Netrunner with Teamworkcast.
How blue!
This is the German Nationals. It is the... What time was that? Oh, I forgot. It was the 23rd of August.
There's so much blue going on here. This is the Blueniverse game.
It is a little bit of a blue situation here. This is round number 4. Is it round number 4? Let me check this real quick. I think it's 5 even. No, it's actually 5. So what is going on right now is I've been doing so and so in this tournament, and I kind of had like this expectation from our last tournament that we did that I was getting better. So I started to develop this weird thing where I wanted to win. And when I start winning, I get very, very grumpy. So I'm playing against Benjamin here, and Benjamin is playing End the Fun, and this is indeed going to be End the Fun for me.
I'm glad we get to see you as a runner.
I am playing Andromeda here. I start with 9 cards. Benjamin starts by installing 2 eyes, and also he plays Subliminal Messaging, our favorite card, Nick.
Ah, yes.
And also Benjamin does something that I haven't mentioned it during play, but it did annoy me a little bit. It added to the grievance here, which is, look at how strategically he placed his cards here.
Oh man, he's all up in your business.
Yeah, he's like up in my grill. He's installing cards on my mat.
He's got to lean, you know, those elbows. They've got some substance.
That's an amazing psychological warfare right there. Like completely demolishing every sense of personal space right there. I do install the Desperado and I dirty laundry on his archives, get out security testing and install a fairy. So that's a very good start for me right now. Now, Benjamin is the kind of player that is actually, I feel, the most difficult player to play against, because I asked him afterwards, he is actually somebody who played the game from the very get-go. So he knows this game he's been playing this game for a very, very long time, but not frequently.
He's sort of in my...
Yes, so especially like you are, he is a bit of a meta-agnostic, as you would say, right?
You know, so I'll accept that title. I like this idea.
So it is very difficult to predict what's going on. He's he's making unconventional decisions with his decks, but he also is asking those simple, straightforward questions. Like he sometimes doesn't understand how this game works. So it's very difficult to predict what's going on here. So I do a security testing chip on archives, but I run on his R&D. And it's very, very easy to underestimate these types of players. So I run on R&D, and there is next silver there.
Ooh.
Second click, I'm running on HQ, and there's a next silver there. So already we have 2 eyes with 2 subroutines, and there's next bronze there. Oh
wow.
Gosh, it's getting worse and worse. And now I'm running on archives, and now I can get the 3 money from the security testing and the Desperado. So we have the next bronze here has strength 3, and the next silvers are all strength 1, but they have 3 subroutines now. Blah. Benjamin was an incredibly polite gentleman, I have to admit, and given how grumpy I was throughout this entire game, he is an angel of a person.
Usually people get grumpy with me, but usually I know why, and it's because I want them to be grumpy with me.
Yeah, you're maybe, I don't know, maybe, I mean, he looked like an angel, but maybe it was Devious. Maybe this is all psychological warfare. Maybe he's asking all those questions, like how things work, because he wants me to underestimate him, because that's his weapon. Alright, getting out the Yogg. With a special order right there.
I just... Oh, God. The only thing that would make this guy better is if he had a mighty leg that was never still and was shaking the entire castle.
Well, he's not that of a pro player, I think. He's... like a wooden leg and a parrot. So I'm running on that server, and there is a Sands and City Grid inside. What? And you already start like, why is there? And there he installed a Melange Mining Corp on top of the. And it's like, immediately you're like, wow, is this some kind of elaborate strategy I have no idea about? Already, Sands and City Grid's not a very popular fast advanced card in HB, because HB, of course, has stuff like... what is again the name that... Biotic Labor.
Biotic Labor. Yeah.
So you can use Biotic Labor for fast advancing without spending influence, and the Sands and City Grid does cost a lot of influence. But he went for Sands and City Grid there, and then he hedge funded up there. And I am running on archives and getting up the credits, and then running there on... Oh no, I'm not running on archives. I'm running actually on the server with the Sansan. I'm getting credits through security testing, and then I'm running on it again to trash the Sansan City Grid. I don't want the Sansan City Grid to hang around there. Not good. And Benjamin, not only is he up in my grill, but he also uses the technique. Like, all the space he has, he doesn't use it to display his credits, but he puts everything on this tiny card. So I have no idea how much credits he has. A lot. A pile of credits. And look at me. Already we're getting into close quarters here with a second row of ice installed there. Man, Benjamin, you're a genius.
He just, he needs room, man. Don't crowd him.
I'm gonna play like this from now on.
You used to play like this.
Did I?
Yeah. You're always the guy that always has your mat on top. You're a top.
Well, but at least I begin at the bottom of the table.
That's true.
Also, my mat is so beautiful. It's my podcast show. Shut up. Channeling my inner grumpiness from that. Already looking at this makes me furious. Running on that server, getting the credits from the security testing and the Desperado on from that server. Security testing, I have to define a server every turn, and then whenever I run on the server, I don't access cards, but instead I get the credits, 2 credits. And then I parasite one of those next silvers there, because obviously that's kind of like a good antidote against next ice. If you can't trash it, then they get weaker and weaker. So Parasite is a good choice there. There's a daily cast out as well. So I'm setting up quite nicely.
This podcast is called Things I Hate.
The Grumpy Cast.
The Grumpy Cast.
Andromeda's Grumpy Cast. Benjamin restructures there, and I'm like losing my patience here. I'm trying to figure out how much money he has.
He has enough. Enough.
Yeah, enough enough is pretty good. And then he just draws cards. And then the ice gets trashed, so it's way open now. The R&D is way open, and I security test the R&D even, so I get... And I security test the R&D. And then I'm checking out the top card from R&D, and it's so... I saw something horrible there. It is an EG 2.0.
It could be anything. You pick it up and it's Dinosaurus, and you're like, wait, what? What?
Is that even possible? But then it was possible in the original rules. Also, Benjamin has like Doomtown tokens and cards going on here.
Man,
that's
I haven't played
interesting.
that game in a long time.
It was recently re-released, and especially the deluxe version is really sweet. All right, running on that server there, Victor 2.0. It's a good ice, and I don't know why I'm not using it. It's such a good ice. 5 credits, 5 strength.
You mean
2
it's not like the
subroutines.
8888 toll booth? I'm just kidding.
So I'm clicking through that Victor, and I'm breaking the bronze behind this. The next bronze behind this. Oh, actually, I'm not clicking through this. So he traces. He adds 3 to the trace. And I'm actually breaking the trace by paying 4. So yeah, I actually got caught up in the Victor 2.0 there, but I got away without him getting a power token on the Victor 2.0, because that's the ability of Victor 2.0. There's a trace. First subroutine stop the end the run, but there's a second subroutine where he gets it. There is a trace, and that trace, if it goes through, he gets a he gets a token on it. Not a data suck token, a Victor 2.0 token, and then he can use this token any point to give me brain damage, Nick.
Brains.
Hedge fund. Meanwhile, Benjamin here is setting up his Adonis campaigns and hedge funding up and just getting lots of money. Running security testing wise on the R&D. Rotor turrets. Neutralizing the rotor turret with the ferry.
Good play. Good play.
But now, of course, R&D is protected. I cannot get in there. I have to get out the real sentry breaker, not the one-shot thing right now. And then I do run on that server, and I click through the Victor, and then break the bronze ice for free with a Yogg, so I can access the Adonis campaign and trash it. I kind of want to keep him poor.
Yeah. You've made yourself very poor, though.
I did, but I think I can do this, because Yogg is pretty good against his bronze ice, or is pretty much neutralized his bronze ice there. And Victor is still clickable, so I can still get in there as well. I see he has two agendas on his hand. Ooh. And he installs another ice in front of that server. He wants to turn this into a scoring server. Getting daily cards, resetting the security testing on the R&D. Oh, there we go! Mimic! Ah, oh, nice! So now for 2 credits I can do the security testing. It gives me just 1 credit. It's not that really great of a move. But I can now do an R&D run again, and then I can see what's in R&D. We have to open the window because it's getting stuffy. How do you say it in English, Nick?
Say what? Stuffy?
Like when the air is not stale?
Stuffy.
Stuffy?
Yeah.
Alright. Alright, I run on R&D, and there's another Adonis campaign. Have to trash that Adonis campaign. Down to 7 credits, but I'm still doing quite well.
6? Oh no, it is 7 credits.
Running again, but there's a Jackson Howard there. So much stuff to trash. Give me some agendas. God damn it.
Man, Grumpy Krystian just trashes everything.
Yeah, I'm thinking I can wrap this game up quickly, but there's nothing going on there. He plays another subliminal messaging there. He goes through his pile of credits there. Another restructure.
And time passes.
And then he installs a card in that server. Oof. Ooh. Great. I've been binging on card trashing this last turn. Now I'm left with 3 credits. Not a lot of credits there. Security testing his HQ. Drawing a card. Getting 2 credits. And sure gamble. Need that round to get up my money, so now he can score that agenda. I think it was an agenda he installed there.
For some reason it's breaking news, he tags you, and then...
Game over.
Game over.
I don't protest because I'm so shocked. This pile of money is growing there. It's just a sea of money right there that he has on this tiny little card.
You didn't make any runs last turn. Oh my god.
Yeah. So now he gets back all his subliminal messagings on his hand. But he's a good job remembering that, actually. Like, that's something that's so easy to forget, and I actually also forget it so often.
Whoa!
So there is a... he scores the accelerated beta test. Would you use it? Do you think he will use it?
He could do a rota turret. Oh my god!
Of course! Of course! Of course!
That was an amazing moment that happened.
No
Just,
Jackson Howard.
Oh yeah, put a, why not 4?
360 no Jackson Howard. Gets out, sure, res Tollbooth there and a rotor turret. Oh, Benjamin. Tell me your secrets. What are your secrets there?
Oh man. Oh man.
That server is looking so unpleasant right now. We're running on archives. I'm thinking that this might be an agenda there. At least I can score 1 agenda.
It was an Ash.
I know, but I didn't know that. I just saw that he discarded 1 card, so I have to think that this might be an agenda. He doesn't rest, it is an Ash. I am disappointed. And he's getting a credit from Desperado. Running on security testing run. I pay 2 and get 1 credit back. So I could have just as well clicked for credits, but at least he doesn't get... I'm taking this back, actually, because I realized I could have just as well clicked. It doesn't give me anything.
Yeah.
Drawing.
Or just run on it, not security test.
Well, I can't. I cannot choose. Actually, the first one has to be the security test.
Okay.
So if I want to see the card, I should have moved the security testing somewhere else. Drawing more cards instead and starting my podcast show.
This is about gamer etiquette.
Yeah. This is the Grumpy Cast, the Grumpy Gate.
Grumpy Gate.
This is the moment when you drink. This is our Gamergate reference for this show.
I wasn't gonna make any.
But we did it anyway. We were drawn into the moth like the light. I think I went astray with this metaphor
did.
there. Anyways, he plays another. So now he has 3 subliminal messaging is going on there. Oh, I know, no, that was from the last turn, the subliminal messaging that he got.
I don't think he's a server, or he's a meta agnostic. I think he's like 3 or 4 metas behind.
Maybe. I mean, it's a Glacier deck, but it uses 2.0 Bioroids, which are not very popular for some reason.
No.
But they're actually very good ice. I mean, Victor 2.0, I witnessed it in the Chronos Protocol tours. It's a very, very potent ice. Even though it seems like the weakest of the 2.0 ice, because the 2.0 Bioroids, you need 2 2 clicks to break the subroutines there. You cannot break them with just 1 click. But the Victor 2.0 is the only one that has actually 2 subroutines. So you can actually break the entire ice if you have 2 clicks left. On the other hand, Victor 2.0 is strength 5. That's a lot. Strength 5 for 5 credits is pretty good. And the run ice and the run subroutine there, ugh.
And sure, you can click through it, but you're still making the runner expend a resource.
Yeah, like they're wasting credits. And of course, if you combine 2 2.0 ice, it gets really ugly. All right, and let us do an account siphon there, Nick. Let us do an account siphon. He has a pile of money there. Let us remove some of those credits.
Res all your ice, man.
Well, he can't. There is just a rototurret there and a...
No, he can res all of the ice whenever he wants.
No,
right?
he only if I actually run on it.
Oh, my bad.
He can.
Wow, I forgot. That's cringeworthy.
Yeah, that's a cringeworthy. But it's actually a very important thing. Like you can res any card, like in the card installed on the server.
Ice.
You can't res ice though. That's why something like a blackmail is very effective because you cannot res ice at your will. You have to. The runner has to encounter it. There's a corroder art. That's kind of nice. That's allowed me to get into that server in the first place. I did remove the tokens, the tags at the end though. At this point Benjamin could just as well play Scorched Earth. Ooh, 2 cards being installed in that server by Benjamin. Benjamin is of the opinion that I can't get in there, and he might be right, actually. Like, getting to Toll Booth right now, and he advances one of the cards by 1. Drawing card. There's a lot of thinking going on right now. I am challenged by Benjamin there. I thought this would go much smoother, and it doesn't go smooth at all. It's looking very bad for me. Benjamin is scoring away his second agenda now, and there's nothing I can do to prevent this. Or at least I'm thinking of ways of how to prevent this. Doing another account siphon is a good way to go, but he still has so much money, it won't stop anything. He will be able to score that agenda anyway. At least I'm getting up lots of money, so that's certainly good. And I'm removing the tags. Because I do have resources that can be trashed. And again, he could run a Scorched Earth. Why not? And I think we're going to see a score here right now. Alright, he advanced it once. Benjamin is very particular. He does every step by step. He rubs it in. He likes it. I think he likes it. Ooh!
Benjamin, you're tearing me apart!
What is going on here? He advanced it once and got credits?
I would imagine it is a 5 cost. It's probably priority requisition.
But that's what I'm talking about, meta-agnostic. Like there's a certain convention. Like usually a 5-3 agenda, you advance it twice, and the next turn you advance it thrice. But now we don't know, right? I femmed the toll booth there. I installed a fem and femmed the toll booth, so now the toll booth is completely useless. I mean, I get through 1 credit. And now comes like a really puzzling situation where that's something that Benjamin is actually not aware of. So I have to explain him that I'm skipping the toll booth and I actually don't have to pay the 3 credits. So Benjamin has to read the card.
Oh, and he disagrees.
Yeah, there's a discussion going on. I have to explain to him how this works, and I have to, at this point we're already almost half an hour in, and I still haven't scored a single agenda. So I have to be like, dude, trust me, it works like this way. And again, I'm just getting more and more grumpy.
Grumpy Krystian is no fun.
And then will he rest at second ice there? Oh gosh, no! Of course he will! And we already see what's coming up. This is the second click now. I only have 2 clicks left. So this is the Ichi 2.0, ladies and gentlemen.
Well,
not a card you see every day.
You've managed to make it so he can't score that agenda next turn.
At least something, right? So the Ichi 2.0 means trash run program, and then there's a trace strength 3. And if that's successful, I get a tag and a brain damage. And I need to. So I'm actually not breaking the Ichi. Oh no, I do break the Ichi. I break the 2 trash program subroutines, and I get away without any brain damage or tags because I break his trace. He doesn't increase the strength of the trace. And of course I have to, yeah, that's of course an Ash. Why shouldn't be an Ash? So, yeah, that's a horror server. That's a server of horror right there. This is the moment where you wish you had a quest completed.
Considering I've made 3 decks in the past 2 weeks with that card in it.
Seriously, man, this would be so easy right now. I think we should start splashing 1 quest completed in every deck right now.
I used to do the, what's the agenda one? The agenda point one? I can't remember.
Notoriety.
Notoriety, yeah. But I ended up doing Quest Complete, because Quest Complete's one of those cards where it's like, oh, you can access one of my agendas. Shit.
Yeah, it's really great. I think, especially now that Caprice Nisei and Replicating Perfection is getting so popular, I think we will see more quest completed play. Or at least we might.
Nothing. Oh man.
Running on R&D, seeing nothing. Daily cast sitting empty there. I should have trashed it at this point, but you know, my morale is broken at this point. I'm losing to a player to whom I had to explain how femming the toll booth works. But you know, that's the game of Netrunner. Like being knowledgeable about this game doesn't necessarily mean that you always win.
Yeah, there it is. Wotan! Yes!
It's Wotan! The Lord of Ice!
Lord of Ice!
I think it's a premiere for this show. And I think we have to thank Benjamin for his meta-agnostic play here. Wotan right now is a hell of a play right now. Like R&D is gone.
Well, you know, like, somebody in the comments is gonna be like, you know, it doesn't take much to get around Wotan.
Yeah, I could like trash all my stuff and pay stuff, and then I would see 1 card.
You know.
Oh man, this is really... I'm getting out the fairy.
Fairy.
But there is really no solution for Wotan in my deck. There is really none. I mean, I could fem it, but it's still 4 credits. And I already played the fem on the toll booth, so yeah. There's just nothing I can do against Wotan right now. Wow.
Well.
Wow, Nick.
Well.
Are you happy, Nick?
Of course I'm happy. Are you kidding me?
Are you happy? See, I tell you, Benjamin is kind of like a soul, like your spirit animal, I think.
See, the problem with people like me is that we don't get along with people like me.
Yeah. If we put Benjamin and you in one room,
we're like little porcupines, you know?
Yeah.
We just can't get along.
You would be like vampires. There would be immediately like going on. But against us mortals, you guys are incredibly powerful and are able to destroy our souls. As this Wotan rest just proved. This is big, guys. I just get to get a huge gulp of beer right now because I just can't take it anymore.
I wish I had another beer.
This is incredible. But at least Benjamin is finally poor. So he has to click for money. One could say that Benjamin rests enough for this entire game to win this entire game already.
That is fantastic.
I wonder how many Wotans Benjamin is running.
You know, the first time I put together a Wotan deck, I tried to play 2, and then I realized my mistake.
Alright, I'm running on that server. Look at this. I'm trashing the ferry to get through the Ichi 2.0. I'm paying two clicks to get through the Victor, and then I'm yogging through the next bronze. So I through all the, and I have to now explain to Benjamin again how I got through all of this stuff, because he's kind of shocked that I managed this. Which I access the Jackson first. He has to decide if he wants to use the Jackson now. He does decide to use the Jackson. By the way, excellent move by Benjamin, putting a Jackson in that horror server now. I thought I could at least score one agenda, but nope.
Yeah, that's the thing is, you know, he might not know everything, but about his deck, he knows what he's doing.
That's the problem, like with people who play the game for a very long time, but not very often. They know a lot about this game, but they have like those gaps which make you underestimate their play.
Yeah.
Like, Benjamin does some really smart moves here, actually, and having Wotans in there is actually pretty effective, as we can tell. Like, there's nobody using good things against the Wotan. And the server that he built there is also pretty hardcore server. Like, 2.0 Bioroids in there is just very difficult to break. I did manage to trash the Ash, which is great, but Benjamin immediately replaces a card in that server. He really wants to make me run through that server over and over again. And I'm like, I don't know what to do anymore.
Really isn't much for you to do.
So if you're in the comments, if you have any ideas of what would have been good, I guess maybe running a lot of AHQ would have been a possibility. But, you know, this could be an agenda. He could win the next turn, right? I am dirty laundering the archives here, and to get the money. And there's an Chimera in front of archives, but he didn't res it. Doesn't make sense for him to res this. I can break it anyway.
Yeah.
And for me, it's like this click has to be run on this card, otherwise he might win the game. Oh, I forfeit the chance to run on that server. I'm drawing up cards in the hope that this is not an agenda. He draws a card. Oh, and it is of course an agenda! And Benjamin wins the game, ladies and gentlemen. Wow! Wow!
It's nice to see an old-fashioned HB deck really do what it's supposed to.
And also like a Glacier deck that is using cards which are not typical. Again, Wotan, not typical. 2.0 Bioroids, not typical. Usually considered, for a long time, considered too expensive.
Yeah.
But I think Benjamin
There's so many economy cards now.
Yeah, Benjamin is, I think, is right. I think using those might be wiser than using the weaker Bioroids. Alright guys, so this was incredibly frustrating, but it's not over yet. There's going to be there's still the second game against Bioroid. I'm calling Benjamin the Bioroid. And so I hope you will tune in next time when we are going to hack Benjamin the Bioroid and also hack the planet.
Hack the planet! Hack the planet!
Shut up and get in the car!
Shit on.